Hello. What I want to talk about today, it has nothing to do with therapy. You have probably watched many of my videos. But this is a big question. It actually affects, if I don't tell uh, whatever it is very hard for many of our patients we have seen over the years. And recently, for last couple of years, they come here and they have a lot of questions they ask in our front office. They don't understand. So I'll try my best to make you understand. And this is regarding the two main things. One is Medicare and the Medicare Advantage program. So the most question we get, what is the common difference? Which one is better? Which one is cheaper? So I'll try to explain to you what does that mean, Medicare, what is the Medicare Advantage program, and which one is better for you. Because many people, they get into this kind of stuff, they don't understand. They will, because the open enrollment is coming soon. It starts somewhere around October and for a couple of months. Once that season goes, you have to wait almost like for an year to re-enroll again. So people feel like they are stuck. So I'm going to try to explain, because I am dealing with Medicare almost going to be 32 years. So that is exactly what I am trying to explain here. So let's talk about Medicare first. Whenever I'm talking about Medicare, we are talking about traditional Medicare, the way it has been. So Medicare is a government program. It provides benefit, specifically the medical benefit, to seniors who are above the age of 65. So if you are 65 and older, you are going to get Medicare. Can you get Medicare when you are younger? Yes, you can. But that is part I'm not going to discuss today. Like if you are disabled or you have an injury which lead to disability, and there are certain kind of conditions are there, you can be younger than 65, you can still qualify for Medicare. And you need to understand, to qualify for Medicare, you have to work in certain period of time. And again, I'm not going to go that in detail. Minimum is actually 10 years. You have to work to qualify for Medicare. So if somebody did not work, they come here to this country for a couple of years, they cannot qualify for Medicare. So basically, the Medicare is a government program that the government fund all those funding, and it provide Medicare care for 65 and older. So the traditional Medicare is divided into few parts. So the first part is Medicare Part A. So the first one is Medicare Part A. Medicare Part A is also known as hospital insurance. So if you get sick, you go to the ER and you become hospitalized, you will be coming under Part A. And the Part A usually have a certification period. And the certification period is almost like 100 days. So this is a scenario. You went to hospital, you stay there for 3 days, whatever might be the diagnosis, whatever might be the reason. Maybe someone fell, broke their hip, so they went to hospital, have a surgery done, but immediately you cannot come to home. So you probably going to transfer to a skilled nursing facility, and you can stay there for 100 days. And there are different calculations are there. The first 20 days, you don't have to pay anything. After 20 days, you have to pay something per day. So that actually the whole thing, that is a hospital program, that you call as Part A. So when you turn 65, when you enroll for Medicare, you are enrolling for Part A. Then comes Part B. Then comes Part B. So what is Part B? Part B is the one which covers your outpatient. Anything you are like going for a doctor's visit, coming here for therapy, having an x-ray, or any of these outpatient procedure, anything you do as an outpatient procedure, it is covered by Part B. And Part B is not automatic. So you have to enroll, paying a premium. So the average premium for Part B is $170.70, something of that nature, per month, per year. So every month after you enroll in Part B, you have to pay $170.70 or something of that nature. It changes a little bit, but not much. That premium you have to pay. Okay? So that is an added cost for your premium. For Medicare Part A, you are not paying anything. For Medicare Part B, you are paying a premium of $170.70. So you might think, well, I have Medicare Part A, I'm pretty healthy. Can I not enroll in Medicare Part B? Well, yes and no. You don't have to enroll. If you are 65, you are in a very good health. You don't have to enroll in Part B. But imagine when you turn 70, 5 years, you did not enroll in Part B. Now your health is kind of going downhill and you needed more outpatient care. So that time you decided to enroll. So when you decide to enroll later on, not at the age of 65, then the government is going to penalize you, and that's a pretty hefty penalty. So that is not a very good idea not to enroll in Part B just to save money, because the government is going to take the money anyway or the other. So you kind of have to enroll in the Part B and pay the premium. So that's how it works. And also, once you enroll in Medicare Part B, annually you have a deductible. So deductible is something which you have to pay first before all the benefit kicks in. That is $240 per year. But then Medicare Part B does not cover everything. It covers only 80% of your benefit. So suppose you come for therapy and the Medicare pays us $100, so $80 is actually Medicare is going to pay and $20 belongs to you. So you are supposed to pay. But then that is very easy solution. You buy a supplemental insurance. A supplemental insurance, depending where you are buying, is not that expensive. But a supplemental insurance, if you buy whatever Medicare 20% Part B does not cover, that 20% of Medicare Part B that they don't cover, they are going to cover for it. So in total Medicare, the cost is you are going to pay the Medicare Part B premium, which is $170. Now annually you have to pay like $240 per like for the year deductible, and the 20% which can be covered by the Medicare supplement. Now comes Medicare Part C, and this is what I am going to talk about in detail. Medicare Part C is the Medicare Advantage programs, which is administered by commercial insurance company. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a minute, because let me finish my traditional Medicare. So then another comes is Medicare Part D, which got added quite a bit years back, but is not that old. That is the drug coverage. So that covers all your drug, and that is also not a very expensive program. You pay $10 a month, something like that. It covers all your drugs. So you're paying $10 a month. So besides your premium, you pay something for the what do you call that, for a Medicare supplement, and you are paying. So you probably land up paying like $200, $300, something like that per month if you are taking a traditional Medicare. Now, the Medicare Advantage program, it is administered by the major insurance companies. So they take the money from the Medicare and they are supposed to manage it. But they are not managing for free. They have to make the profit. So the basic difference between Medicare and Medicare Advantage, money coming from the same source. So the Medicare benefit goes straight to you. But when it is a Medicare Advantage program, this company became very crafty. Okay, sometimes they look like it is cheaper for you. And I'm going to tell you how they can make it cheaper in a minute. So Medicare Advantage program, because this is what, if you do not understand the insurance, they'll say, hey, we have a Medicare Advantage program which is much cheaper than Medicare program. But you need to think, a company taking the money from the same source, selling you a product, making a profit, so there must be something in between. And they may have to make huge profit. It's not that little profit. They may have to make a lot more money because they have shareholders and these are for-profit company. So they have to do something to make the profit. So they will restrict you. Okay? So how the Medicare Advantage company, they are going to restrict you, which you do not even know. So let's see, you are a person, maybe 70-year-old, we take this scenario. You have few diagnoses, like for example, you have high blood pressure, maybe you have blood sugar, maybe few other things. So for those elements, you are probably visiting a physician once in every 3 months or something like that. So that is one expense, which is very little when we look at the whole scenario. And the next expense will be your drug. Okay, that's what they were spending, drug. But the major expense is the therapy. So once you are 65 and over, most of your time or any kind of injury you had to recover, it takes longer. And there's a lot more therapy time. So the Medicare Advantage program, they are the one, they know and understand this well. So they're going to restrict your therapy. That's the first thing they do. And second thing they do, they put you on in-network. You won't believe how many people we get phone call. Because it is cheaper, they took a Medicare Advantage program. When they did not know, they find out there are many places they are not in network. But in Medicare, you can go to any physician, any place. You have to be a Medicare participant in order to pretty much bill. So I really don't know anybody around here or any over United States. They provide medical services, but they are not part of the Medicare. It is impossible. That's not going to happen. So every provider, so you can go to any provider, you have that freedom. You can go to any provider. And then your money, what you are paying for the premium and the deductible, they pretty much stay the same over the years. There might have been a little bit change here and there, few cents, but nothing much. But the Medicare Advantage program, what they are going to do, they are going to restrict your access. Recently, United Healthcare, Medicare Advantage, they started implementing pre-certification. So pre-certification means that is another thing for restriction. Like for example, you are coming for therapy, they are going to give you maybe 5-10 visits at a time. But on the other hand, in the traditional Medicare, as long as you need it, as long as you medically qualify for it, that is not a problem. You're going to get the full benefit. That's how they are making the money. They are restricting your benefit. Another thing they are doing, they are probably taking less premium, which I don't know, because they bundle all A, B, C, D, everything together. So they are getting enough money from the government, but they are restricting your access. Or, like for example, they are going to increase your co-payment and deductible. For example, we have one patient who basically have an Aetna Medicare Advantage. Her co-payment for every visit for therapy is $40, and which is ridiculous. So she is paying $120 per week if she's coming for therapy for only for physical therapy. If she's coming for the both, that can increase to $80 per visit because they're having two therapy. So you see how they are getting to you. So if you considerably consider, which we have seen over the years, you will see they will call you, text you, they will show a lot of Medicare Advantage program in the TV. Medicare, they don't advertise, it is a government program. Because they will able to do that because they want to sell you their Medicare Advantage program. They will put you something kind of nifty thing, like if you don't have any transportation to the doctor's office, they will pay me probably $40 or something for a transportation, which you don't need, you probably can do that. Or sometimes they will put some dietary supplement, some a coupon from a grocery store for $40-50, and that's what they are going to push. They are going to push, oh, you are going to pay less premium, and we have so many other good things, we're going to give it to you, but they are not telling you on the restriction, once you sign up, you are stuck for a year by the time you are getting out. But Medicare Advantage program may work for you if you are not paying any premium or zero premium by the employer. But there is a big but here, provided you are extremely healthy. If you have any other issues, even the employer is paying and there is no premium, employer is paying the full premium as a retirement plan program, but you should be always ready to pay for all the deductibles what that Medicare Advantage company is going to put on you, and that changes every single year. In fact, in last 3 to 4 years, they are adding on more patient responsibility. To give you one example, like for example, let's take Aetna Medicare Advantage. They probably pay provider, well, that is our rate. They will pay probably $80 or so, or depending on what kind of Medicare Advantage program Aetna you have, you'll end up paying co-payment more than 50% how much they are paying. Sometimes you pay like $40, $50, actually, which is much more than 50%, and you have to keep paying it. So looking at the overall thing, so think about it, so you are better off staying on a traditional Medicare plan. It will be less restrictive. They are not going to put any limit how much you are going to use it. And that is a traditional Medicare. That what is created. Now you may ask, why then they created this Medicare Advantage program? Because there are so many people that are coming to the Medicare beneficiary, they are becoming, so they are trying to offload, giving some access to the other private insurance company for the administration of the Medicare. So they created a product, a Medicare Advantage program. But the Medicare Advantage program, pretty sleazy, taking advantage of the senior. That's how I feel, because I have seen it all. Many people, they come here, they are otherwise healthy, they need a little bit therapy, they come here to the clinic, they have a Medicare Advantage program. When they go through the system, when they find out, it was shocking. It's well, I was never told that way. Yeah, they are not going to tell you. Once you are put onto the system, and that's it, you are stuck there for a year. So we try to help all our patients, try to make them understand on the background story or whatever. If you have any question, obviously you can call our thing. But then you think about it, as the open enrollment is coming up, look at it. If you have opportunity to move back to the traditional Medicare, do that, and trust me, it is going to be much more beneficial for you than staying on a Medicare Advantage program. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this video is going to helpful for you. And I am hopefully covered everything what you want to know and what you want to understand. Thank you so much again.